Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I haven't done a new installment for my wedding series in a while, so I figured now is the perfect time to do it because I've actually gotten somewhere with the planning. After we chose the venue and everything, we met with planners, and we also, decided what we finally we finalized what we wanted basically, and yeah, so. Basically, we have chosen our photographer, we've chosen our planner, and with our planner comes a decorator. So we've basically, I've been trying to get pictures of what I want so it's easier for her to create that special atmosphere and ambiance that we would like. So that's what I've been doing. But really the hardest part is choosing a planner because you're basically putting your wedding in their hands. I'm going to give you 5 tips to choose your planner and 5 tips to choose your photographer. So let's get into it. Okay, so we did this a bit backwards. Right when we knew we wanted to have the wedding here and everything, we met with a family friend, well, his family's friend, that is a photographer. He's very well known. He's done a ton of weddings and he came highly recommended. So we met with him first just to get a gauge of how to plan the wedding. And he was very helpful. And to me, at first, I'm like, do we have to go with him now that we've met with him to talk about our wedding, or are we like okay to go with someone else? But the more we looked around, the more points he gained based on like what we saw others offered for their price. So this is basically why he won over all the others. So for one, you look at their previous work. Have they done weddings before? Do they capture the moment that everyone wants to see? Are their pictures more candid or more pose pictures? Like what is it that they like to, what is their style for shooting a wedding? So let's look at their previous work to see how they shoot weddings, and if that matches with what you want, then that's really a good thing because basically his previous work is telling you how he would shoot your wedding. Number 2, how comfortable are you and your fiance with this photographer? Now, we met our photographer through Nick's family, so we obviously knew that Nick would be comfortable with him because he's known him for a while. And when I met him, it was like we started talking about Xbox games and everything. It was just that really easy conversation-like thing that I liked a lot. So that was a great thing. When we talked about, well, usually here photographers, they like to shoot the bridal party pictures between the ceremony and the reception for like an hour or so. Our worry was that Nick may not be able to keep up that energy for pictures for that long, but then we have to remember he knows our photographer. He's comfortable with him, so it might not be that difficult. And once we mentioned this to our photographer, he said, he knows how to capture pictures quickly with a groom that doesn't like to take pictures. So that was a great thing for us. Number 3, does your photographer or does your prospective photographer capture the feel of your wedding quickly or easily? Or what vision does he have for capturing your wedding, basically? So our theme or style of wedding has been described as rustic very often. And I didn't want to call it rustic because to me, rustic is in a barn. And it has that barn-like feel, which I love. But you're not going to find a barn here in Barbados like that. So I didn't want to call it rustic. And Nick likes to use the word modern. So I've been mixing rustic and modern themes and everything. And when I told him this, he seemed very excited. And so he seems to have a good grasp on how Nick and I are and what we want our pictures to look like and everything. So that's really exciting. Oh, another thing for the photographer. I guess number 4 for the photographer, or number 5 for the photographer, would be what additions do they bring? I know an option for ours was he could bring a photo booth and have like the props and everything. But I don't think we're doing that. I'm not really sure. I have to talk to Nick about it. But what additions can they bring to simply just being a photographer or a videographer and everything? Like, what can they add? So that could be another important thing because some may add that at like a great cost, and some may add that for free. Like, just throw it in. Our photographer, what's great is that most basic package comes with the wedding pictures, a wedding album, and all the digital prints. And then he offers like different textures for your wedding book, for the paper, which is really cool. And yes, I'm excited to choose that. And that's all I got for photographer. Basically, my main thing is to choose someone that you're comfortable with and make sure that their price matches the work you're getting. Like, honestly, based on what he said, how weddings go and how he shoots weddings, basically it's at my side for the entire day. It's not like you get 6 hours or whatever. For the entire day. So that's how to choose your photographer, basically. Find someone you're comfortable with, look around, ask the venues what photographers have shot recently at their venue, because then you would know that your photographer would know the venue well. He would know where to capture light where and what background suits what style of picture. So ask the venue. I mean, the venue will know how to put on a wedding, and they will know which best vendors, I guess you would call it, would shoot their venue well. Really, our decision was made from the very beginning. But we shopped around a little, and we asked a lot of questions, and his name kept coming up. So, yeah, that's how we chose our photographer. The planner was a bit more stubborn on my part, basically because I wanted to ask her, and I wanted that experience of being wooed. I wanted a planner to come with all these prospectus and all these great things I wanted to hear about what they had planned for our wedding based on what I told them. I wanted that. But we met with 2 planners. Basically we met with one because she was recommended by someone else we talked to, and I just got in contact with them. They wanted to meet up very quickly. So that's basically how we met with them. And again, she called my wedding rustic, and that's when I realized, no, if this is what everyone's saying it is, maybe I should start calling it rustic. So she had a really good idea for what our wedding was going to look like, and she was the one who actually suggested our current venues so we can switch the venues and actually get a better feel for our wedding, because the previous one was just too big for us. So she was helpful even though we didn't go with her. The second planner that we met with, she's actually worked with my parents on a couple stuff, with my mom at least for a couple stuff. And so once she came in, my mom was comfortable with her, which made me comfortable, which made everyone else comfortable. So that was great that she came in and she had a plan, and the decorator came in and she really grasped what I was going for very quickly. And I showed her like pictures on Pinterest and everything, and they got it. So basically that's how they got the job. They just grasped everything very quickly, very easily, and were able to suggest and add things onto it. So that was great. I will leave below my Pinterest board for my wedding planning stuff. I'm still adding stuff to it. I'm using a lot of the lists of what to do when. So if you're planning a wedding, you can check down below to see basically what I'm using to plan mine. And yeah, I have a lot of rustic themed things in there. But let me just go through the bullet points of how to choose your planner, because I basically just, everything in one big blob, and it needs to have, structure. So, number one is to choose someone that you're comfortable with. As I said, our planner worked with my mom already, so once my mom was comfortable, I was comfortable, she was comfortable, the decorator was comfortable, so we all were at ease. And even now we chat on WhatsApp, and it's like, it's easy. So I like it. How quickly does the planners that you meet with grasp the feel that you want for the wedding? I understand there's a sort of look of a wedding, but looks come with a feeling, and I don't know. I get that everyone can get the look right, but not everyone can get the feeling right. So once, I don't know how to explain this, but I love the word warmth for a wedding, because I want the reception to be intimate and warm, basically. I don't want to feel like, we're outside, but I don't want to feel like the space is so big. I want to feel that with everyone there, it makes it feel intimate and close-knit, and they get that. She got that very quickly, so that's really cool. Then again, you want to look at their previous work. That's number 3. Their previous work. So this planner worked with my mom already, and we already know she works at a very high standard. So that was a no-brainer for us. We knew that she had good quality stuff. We knew her quality of work, and we know she works. So that's basically how she was chosen above the other one, because her previous work spoke for itself, and we saw it in action and everything. whereas the other one we had to go off of what people said, which is different from experiencing it firsthand. So we like that a lot. She works with my mom already, and my mom is very tough on people on stuff like that. So for my mom to okay her was a big deal. Number 4, for a planner, what we've experienced is that planners may charge their fees differently. So sometimes they charge you by the work done that they specifically do, and then others will take a portion of what the entire wedding costs. And I think that type's a bit dangerous because there may be things that you've done by yourself that the planner wasn't involved in that you're now paying the planner for. So that is a bit iffy. So I think in that sense, if your planner is charging you by what the overall wedding is costing, make sure they do everything, basically. You just want to make sure that, you know, you're not taking the stuff that you did. With the planner charging by what work that they've done, in that sense, there's going to be a handoff point where you basically let them do everything past a certain point to make sure that past that point you know that they've done it and you're paying them for what they've done. So we haven't had our handoff point yet because I'm still involved in a lot of stuff, and I really want to get that handoff point because she said it's going to be fun. I don't know. But basically, just, you know, read the contract that they give you very carefully, and don't be afraid to ask for amendments and everything, because we certainly did. And she was okay with them. They weren't very big. It was just like wording of everything. So just read the contract and make sure you have a contract. That's one. Make sure you have a contract. Number 5 is make sure that your planner puts you first. With families and everything, they're going to have a lot of input, and your planner's going to be hearing a lot of ideas and everything. But in that chaos, once she turns to you and asks you, what do you want? That's important, because in the end, it's your wedding. You remember it forever, unless you renew your vows and you get to redo it. But basically, it's your wedding day. You want to make sure that you're satisfied with what's going on, what's happening, how it turns out, how you feel on that day, and yeah. So make sure your planner puts you first. It's okay to get input elsewhere, but make sure that you okay everything else going on. That's basically how we chose our planner and photographer. And I hope you guys are doing well with your wedding planning. For those of you who are planning a wedding, let me know down below if you're planning a wedding and what you've done to help choose your planner, photographer, and any other things that you've chosen. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and make sure to subscribe to my channel to see more wedding series videos, and I will talk to you later.